still remember the first day I saw her. The world seemed to slow down for a moment, like everything around me just paused. Her name was Lena, the kind of woman who could light up an entire room without even trying. Her laughter was soft, her eyes full of kindness, and her words, they made you believe she truly cared. I didn't know it then, but that smile, that innocent, warm smile, would become the weapon that almost destroyed me. Back then, I was just an ordinary guy trying to make something of myself. I had started my own small design business. Nothing fancy, just honest work and late nights. And when Lena came into my life, it felt like the universe was finally rewarding me for all the struggle. We met through mutual friends. She was charming, full of dreams, and she said she admired how hardworking I was. And I believed her. Every word, every touch, every I love you that slipped past her lips. If only I had known. She wasn't admiring me. She was studying me, learning how to break me, piece by piece. For months, everything felt perfect. We'd go on late-night drives, talk about our future, plan a life together. She said she wanted to start something with me, a business, a dream we could build side by side. I trusted her completely. She was my partner, my best friend, my everything. So when she said, let's open a joint account, it'll be easier for expenses and business planning, I didn't hesitate. It made sense. We were building a future together, right? I gave her access to everything. My trust, my savings, even my business passwords. And she smiled. That same sweet, gentle smile. Looking back now, I realized that every perfect moment was carefully planned. Every compliment, every gesture, every tear she shed when I doubted myself. All part of the illusion. She made me feel like I was the luckiest man alive, when in truth I was just another piece in her game. It started small. Late replies, secret phone calls, a sudden change in how she dressed and spoke. At first I told myself not to overthink it. Maybe she was just stressed. Maybe it was work. But the gut feeling, that quiet voice inside me, kept whispering, something's wrong. Then one night I saw it. She left her phone on the counter while she was in the shower. A message popped up. Don't worry, he still doesn't know. I froze. I didn't even know what it meant. But the name beside the message, Evan. Evan, my friend, my business partner. The guy who introduced me to Lena in the first place. My hands were shaking. My heart was racing. And a part of me still wanted to believe it was nothing, that maybe it was a misunderstanding. But deep down, I knew. Something dark was brewing behind those smiles and promises. The next few days felt like living inside a nightmare. I pretended everything was normal, just to see how far she'd go. I watched her lie effortlessly. She'd look me in the eye and say she loved me, then sneak off for hours with excuses that didn't make sense. So I decided to find out the truth myself. I checked our joint account, and there it was, money missing. Not small amounts, thousands. Gone. Transfers to unknown names. Receipts for luxury items I'd never seen. I felt sick. All those nights I stayed up working to keep our business afloat. While she was draining me dry behind my back, I confronted her that night. Her reaction? Not guilt. Not fear, but anger. She turned it around on me. Accused me of not trusting her, of being controlling. Tears, shouting, gaslighting. She played every emotional card she had. And for a moment, I almost apologized. Almost believed I was the problem. That's the thing about people like her. They don't just lie to you. They make you doubt yourself until you start believing their lies. But then I saw it, the final proof. A private email between her and Evan, talking about how easy it was. How they'd take what's his and disappear before he even realizes. My heart shattered. Every memory, every moment, every I love you, all of it was a setup. I wasn't her partner. I was her project. I wanted to scream, to destroy everything, to walk away and never look back. But I didn't, because I realized something. They thought they had already won. They underestimated me, so I decided to do what they never expected. I stayed quiet. I pretended I was broken, played the fool they thought I was. Let them believe I was too blind to see. Meanwhile, I was collecting everything. Screenshots, transfers, messages, fake invoices, everything. Every lie she told me became a piece of evidence. Every time she smiled, I smiled back, because I knew her time was running out. For weeks, I planned my move carefully. Evan was handling a major deal for our company, a big contract that could make or break us. Lena was helping him manage it behind the scenes. Perfect. I set up a trap, a fake investment deal under a new name. A deal so tempting they couldn't resist. I let them believe it was real. They poured their time, energy, and stolen money into it, thinking it would double their gains. Meanwhile, I had everything documented. The fake deal, their transactions, even their private messages about it. And when the time was right, I pulled the trigger. I exposed them, not with anger, but with calm precision. I called a meeting with our board, our investors and legal team. And in front of everyone, I laid out every message, every bank transfer, every detail. Lena's face turned pale. Evan froze. No words, no excuses left. They thought they had fooled me, but I had been watching the whole time. Within days, everything collapsed for them. Evan lost his shares, his reputation, his position. Lena, she was left with nothing. All her luxury items, her fake charm, her lies, none of it mattered anymore. She tried to reach out, called me, messaged me, even showed up at my place crying, begging for forgiveness, but I didn't answer. Not out of hate, but because I finally understood, people like her don't change. They only regret getting caught. I didn't need revenge anymore. The truth itself had destroyed her. It took time to heal. I rebuilt my business from the ground up. And more importantly, I rebuilt myself. There were nights I'd still think about her. Not with love or anger, but with quiet understanding. Because in a strange way, she taught me the most valuable lesson of all. Trust is precious, and once broken, it can't be given the same way again. I learned to trust my instincts, to listen to that quiet voice inside me that whispers when something's wrong. And one day I saw her again. She was sitting alone in a cafe. No friends, no smile, no sparkle. Our eyes met for a second. She looked away first. And in that moment I realized I didn't need revenge. I already had peace. Sometimes the people we love the most are the ones who test us the hardest. They lie, they betray, they break us. But in doing so, they also reveal who we really are. You can let that pain destroy you, or you can use it to rebuild something stronger. Lena thought she played me like a fool. But in the end, the truth exposed her and set me free. So if you've ever been betrayed, don't chase revenge. Chase peace. Because the truth has a way of coming out. And when it does, it speaks louder than any revenge ever could.